without looking happy.
Hello, good morning, welcome back to the Fish Locker out on the shore. I have brought Mrs. Fish Locker out for a romantic day on the shore. She knows that when I say to her, you're going to need your wellies today, it's going to be a romantic day. We have large spring tides and beautiful conditions, so we're out to try and do some foraging along the coastline. Now, anybody who's watched these videos before, you'll know this already, but for anybody new, whenever I'm coming out foraging, I will always start at the high tide line. This is especially helpful if it's a new beach or a new area that you've never been to before, because anything that you're going to find out there, you will find up at the high tide line. Any of these shellfish, well, predominantly we're looking for clams, cockles, mussels, razor clams, scallops, that type of thing today. Any of those that are present in the area, if they've died, they will end up on the high tide line. So my day will start on the high tide line, just identifying what we've got in the area. For example, we have mussel shells, we have variegated scallops, queenie scallops. Oh, there, Anna's just found a lovely little king scallop shell. We have cockles and spiny cockles, limpets, carpet shell clams. There is an auger shell. Yeah, all sorts. Oyster shells. Yeah. So immediately, having been here only a couple of minutes, I've identified almost a dozen types of shellfish that we might find today. And then we're an hour and a half before low tide. So we're going to follow the tide down right to the low tide line. We're out here on a spring tide, that means it's a large tide. You get two types of tides. You get neap tides, which are small, which means that the tide doesn't move a lot of distance between high tide and low tide. Spring tides are the very big ones. That means that they come in a long way and they go out a long way. Because they go out further than usual, these are the best times to try and find things. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go. As we make our way down towards the low tide line, we are going to move through different types of habitat. Up here on the higher area of shore, you're going to see more seaweed, more larger rocks. That's in the areas where you get the most wave action. And then as we start getting further down towards the low tide line, you're going to start seeing smaller stones and then mud and sand and possibly into different types of seaweeds. So yeah, we're going to move through different areas. I'll try and identify them as we go through. But yeah, you will find different things, different creatures in all of these different habitats. I do like walking over this bladder rack because it's almost like bubble wrap. Here are some clumps of mussels. Now the stalks, the little strings that they stick each other together with, are called a byssus, a beard, and they use it as an anchor. You can see how they've picked up other stones, and eventually they'll end up picking more, or they'll latch to a big rock, and that's how they start, like a mussel reef. Yeah, there's little strings. Those are all a little bit too small to take. But yeah, there's all sorts. You see where they're starting through. Some cockle shells. There's a cockle there. But again, a little bit small. We'll be wanting it maybe twice that size. There we go. There are two Pacific rock oysters that have latched themselves onto a rock there. There is a slightly larger size cockle, we'll keep that one. More, actually, that'll show you the difference. There's a nice sized cockle. But what I was going to talk to you about is this. This here looks like an old train wheel off a cart, and it's been used as like a mooring anchor. But these Pacific rock oysters have all latched on. And this is why there's such a problem into local estuaries, is they make like a little reef, and all of these edges are like razor blades, and it just grows and grows and grows out of control. I just found a couple of big ones there as well, haven't you? Now these Pacific rock oysters are edible. We don't really like the taste. It's a bit of a moral dilemma, being that I would be justified in destroying them because they're an invasive species and they compete with the native flat oysters.
Is this a native one?
Yes. Yeah, well done.
There's two right next to each other here.
Right. That is a native flat oyster. And these are invasive Pacific rock oysters. Can you see the difference?
Yeah, there's two subjects.
Yeah, perfect example. That's the native flat oyster, that's the invasive Pacific rock oyster. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't think it's enough justification to kill something just because it's alive. If people want to take them to eat them, that's perfect, but I'm not just going to smash them just for the fact that they're there. Oh yeah. There we go. There's another one now.
It's actually quite cute.
Yeah.
If you like
So
them.
there's two side by side. They're a bit too small. Those will be too small to keep. But those are two native flat oysters. You can tell because they're flat. And those are two invasive Pacific rock oysters. Yeah. Couldn't get a better example of the two. Here actually is one of my favourites. That's an auger shell. As we start getting further down towards the tide line, you can see how it's starting to change more from like the pebbles into more of sand. There's an interesting piece of pottery. Yeah, and as we're moving in, you can see these different areas of grey sand. It's all brown all around, and that grey patches, that shows me that there's something in here that's turned all that sand out. It'll either be a crab or a fish. This is quite an interesting find here. That, if I'm right, there's a few different types, but that's a sea sponge. You can see how squishy it is. But I think it's called a shredded carrot sea sponge. You can tell by the colour and the shape of it, it does just look like shredded carrot. Two nice sized cockles there. There's one. There's one. Nope, nope. Oh, close but no cigar. There is another really interesting orange sea sponge. They are. Really cool. More rock oysters, cockles, clams, everything in here. That's a little baby one. We're in the right place. There's a few more patches of sponge. There's one of the orange ones. There's a yellow one. And you can definitely see here where all this darker sand's been pushed out by whatever's living underneath this rock. Oh, it's a baby conger eel. See it there? Right. This is what we're looking for right here. It's right there in front of me. See the outline of the shell? And it is just the right size. Perfect. It's actually got a little anemone on top. Brilliant. There's the first one. All I'm doing is I'm walking along here is I'm looking either for like a puff of sand as a scallop closes, or I'm looking for like the round shape. Because when you're looking, what you'll see is you'll probably just see like a round outline like that. There we are. There's one, but an absolute miniature. There, look. He's actually got a seaweed hitchhiker. Take that off for you. Now that one's too small to keep. Yeah. So we'll take this one and we'll just drop it down here next to this rock. In fact, I've just spotted another one there, look. Yeah. That's great to see that there's a few small ones coming through. That is a fantastic thing to see, that we're going to start getting another crop coming through soon. Chuck all these ones down here. See you later. Yeah, we're looking for them about that big. Slightly bigger, but still not big enough. That's a better one. You see there? See the outline? Wait for this water to settle. There's the outline. That's a lovely size one. Again, a little bit too small. There is a king cockle.
I found a baby, but I also found a daddy.
Oh yeah, you found a big one.
Let me go back.
Well done.
Too small.
What's it like on the other side? Oh, yeah. Limpet on.
Baby slipper limpet.
I tell you what, they've all been almost like an exact stamp of each other, haven't they? A anemone. Yeah. Yeah. Well, exactly what I said earlier. Look, they're on a hermit crab. There's one inside that whelk. But yeah, that's a parasitic anemone. Wow. Wow. Look at the size of this guy. Well, hold your hands out. That must be like a PB starfish. Well, I'll tell you what, it was spiky. Oh yeah, how massive that is. I couldn't fit it in the bucket if I tried. Slightly bigger. Ooh, yeah, actually that's
Is that just?
just minimum.
I think if we find a bigger one we could swap it. There's a cockle here with its tongue out. Oh, it's just poked it back in.
Oh, that's a shame. Little baby John Dory. Oh, whelk.
And another little baby scallop black. Oh no.
They're like eating a salty car tyre, them things. But yeah, that's the creature that lives inside the shell before a hermit crab takes over. Yeah. That's a king cockle on the move. That's how big it is. There's one. He's just giving himself away by splashing. There's one. There's another little one there. That one's probably just legal. And this one's actually got a variegated scallop on its back. Oh,
There you go.
you picked a good one there. Where was that splash? There was a splash just come from up there, wasn't there? There is a mermaid's purse. That's a ray egg. It feels like actually there's a bit of weight in there. There might still be something in it. So I'm going to take it and I'll just tuck it underneath some seaweed and keep it damp. Because it'll be alright as long as it doesn't dry out. Oh, no. This is all eelgrass. I don't know if you notice on some of them there are anemones. There are loads of them. And in amongst here sometimes you do see bass, you do see cuttlefish, everything out in there, because it's a wonderful little habitat for juvenile fish to hide from predators in. Oh, a lot of sand turned out there, there'll be something underneath here. How much space is it on? Oh, it's a lobster! Got it! I had literally just said, I was like, this here, all this that's there had been turned out by something. And as soon as I flipped it up, out he popped.
I just had you shout and then like a tsunami of
Yeah, well it was one of them where I would literally just talk you through it. I was saying, well, there's some sand that's been turned out there. I'll have a look what's underneath this rock. And as soon as I lifted the rock up, he was gone, he was out, and he was in amongst all that grass, like I was saying about him hiding in the grass. It's a shame he's not a little bit bigger. I think he's going to be just undersized.
He's only got little claws. Oh.
You're more likely to get nipped by one of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Because they've got more of a backwards reach. Famous last words. Just keep an eye on my thumb here. They've got more of a turning circle. I'm trying to do everything one-handed. Can you?
What were you saying?
Right, to measure it, he will be probably about maybe 88. I'll have a look and see if I've got a tape measure in my bag. You can see all around this rock is dirty sand, what it's turned out. Right, we'll just drop it back under this rock where it's come from, because it. Yeah, you can get back in there. You had your scrap.
I see him just shoot back under.
It doesn't often happen like that. You saw the chaos of it. I literally just flipped the rock and he was out and gone. But yeah, as I was trying to show you.
There's another one here.
This just spotted. Now that one, the reason why it's up this far on the shoreline is because of this seaweed on its back. Being that when the waves have come and hit it, they've washed it and washed it and washed it and carried it and carried it and carried it and carried it up to the shoreline. It's another one that'll be probably bang on the measure.
There's another rock here that's got loads of sand around it and a hollow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like what we're talking about. There's the sand that's been pushed out. There's the hollow. Oh.
And there's nothing in there.
No, there's a big brown edible crab there. There's a Jeremy. And there is a velvet swimming crab there.
Whoa.
He was like, can't see me, can't see me.
Hey.
Hey, it's definitely a scouser, isn't he? Right, let's...
Look at him flicking his foot, he's coming out for some.
You go back in there, you. Yeah. As I was talking about just a second ago, about how that scallop had been carried up to the shoreline by them pieces of seaweed, we're looking amongst all of these little bits of ledges, because yeah, in rough weather or waves, they all get washed up and kind of jam into these crevices. So we're looking along in here now at the edge of this weed and around in all of there for any scallops, and at the same time looking for all the little cracks and the gaps, because as you saw, there are lobsters too. What we got? Got some dahlias anemone and Urticina felina. I think Hannah just said she's found a crab down here as well.
He's staying really still so we don't see him.
Yeah.
Too small.
Yeah.
Touch your fingers.
Yeah, I will. Well, tuck yourself back in under there then, lad. Yeah, a little bit too small. Oh, there we go. Perfect. That is an absolute stunner. You found one down there? Oh, I've got another one here, I think. You still up? Yep. Fantastic. You found one, have you? Oh, almost over your wellies.
I know, I'm keeping really still.
Well done. I'd suggest you go backwards, not forwards.
I'm going to go up to the side.
There's some anemones on there.
Oh my god, something just shot up my leg as well.
Oh. Hold on. Is there anything in it? Oh yeah.
It's heavy.
Oh, it's a stunner, that one.
There's one of those
A lovely pink one.
things there,
What are you looking at? Oh, another sponge. Yeah, you can see how they've been washed out of there and they've made it as far as this reef and they've just got stuck. Furbelows kelp anchors. I'll go and walk out. Oh, I think I found one here. Can I? Is it going to go? Yeah, I'm probably going to go over my sleeve. Yes, perfect. And I didn't go over my sleeve. Oh no, and yeah, that time I did go over my sleeve. There's one there.
There's something here.
Right. There, for definite, is a scallop. Got you. Oh, we have a few things.
Ah.
We have some rocklings that have just swum off round there. We have some furrowed crabs. There is a variegated scallop, queenie scallop. Quite a few of them actually. There is a sea urchin. There is, looks like a little sea cucumber. A brittle star. Yeah. Quite a lot of little bits of life under that one. Yeah, what is this? Hannah and I have both spotted this on a few different rocks. I'm saying it's got to be like eggs of some form, because there's some more on there. Yeah, it is. I can see little tiny eggs in it.
Yeah.
And Hannah's found a big bunch of it up here. I'm going to say it's got to be some form of snail. Interesting. Roll my sleeve up. It's not going to help. I'm wet anyway. There you go. The wet patch is getting higher up my arm. Yeah, again, the reason why this guy has ended up so close to scallop is because he's been carrying all this seaweed. You're the seaweed hitchhiker. What have you found, my love? Oh, a little Montagues, Blenny. Well done. A fantastic haul of scallops.
It's full.
That's a corker. A lovely little pink one in the middle as well.
Oh.
And there underneath that block.
Oh, there's that spaghetti again. That's huge.
Full. Oh, sorry. Yeah. That's a. Yeah. I think that's probably the best one. Yeah, lovely when they're pink. Unfortunately, it has started to rain.
It's frizzy hair weather.
We're almost at low water now, so we're going to start making our way back because there's a sandbank that's got some razor clams in that we're going to have a look at. And yeah, we have some fantastic scallops.
I'm hungry.
We have just sat down for 2 seconds to take stock. We have some absolutely flipping beautiful scallops there.
I like this stripy one.
Some of them are absolute monsters.
Is this like their growth lines?
Yeah, they are. It's not that full one will be a year.
Okay.
You know, it's not like every single one of these that isn't 40 years old, but like that big patch will be 1 year to the next. Yeah, there's another one where, in fact, actually that's probably the same year. If you look at that big one to that big one to that big one, it's probably just been a good year for them.
And here, look, that's almost the same.
Because we have found so many scallops, so many amazing scallops, we don't need the cockles. So we're going to drop those back.
Put the little ones.
We're picking them up as we found them because we didn't know we were going to find so many. So yeah, the king cockles and the other cockles we're going to drop back into one of the beds. I'm going to keep all of these guys. We will have, what we've got, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. When we get to the end and we're going to start moving off, we will have a look through and we'll drop back because there's 1 or 2, in fact actually probably that one we can put back right now. The smallest one of the group. Yeah. There's a winner. Again, another one with a bit of seaweed on. Here, look. Still alive? Just 2 dogfish. Look. They've got stuck high and dry in amongst all these weed, haven't they? You off? There he goes. What about you? Are you going? You on your way? Yeah. They'd obviously been swimming about in amongst that grass and the tide had just cut them off. You found another one?
Yeah.
Well, Hannah did say, didn't you? That you said you'd
I said I could see tails flapping round.
Yeah, you could see splashing in amongst
I could
all
see
the
something
reeds.
going up and down. I thought it was like a bird swing taking out.
Tell you what, if you know what's good for you, you won't bite me. Oh, look what I've just found. You can go back and you can come with me. Right, I went down to go and try and pick this little tiny scallop up, and I think we have a spider crab hiding underneath the weed, because I have just, yeah, there he is. I've just spiked myself on one of those on top of his head. And it's, yeah. You little monkey. I've just heard a scallop clapping around here somewhere. There. There he is. Gave yourself away, pal. There you are. Here's one here. But also, there's one there, look. And I've just seen one splash here. There's one. Literally all we're doing, we're just standing for a second and you can hear them going and squirting. Hannah?
Oh, gross.
Here's one of a lovely size. And there's that one there, look. That's what they do. Yeah. Another one with a load of seaweed on it. You've given yourself away there, didn't you? Some of these are going to be clams, they're not going to be razor clams. That one there might be a razor clam.
Oh, here you go.
Here we go.
There's another one there, look.
Come on, let go. There's one.
Oh, there's a little one. Oh, that one's gone back down.
He'll come back out. Talking about what we were talking about earlier, see all of this has been pushed out underneath this rock. I've just had a little look and we do have a fairly large lobster underneath there. Now I don't have my foraging hook with me. I might run up to the shoreline and see if I can't find a stick to try and finagle it out, but yeah, that is a fairly large lobster. There's the claw, look.
Claw, yeah.
You see it coming forward?
Come on, come on, come on. See the little prawn in front of it?
Yeah. There we are, look.
Oh wow, look.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, I missed it.
That's it. There's something here. It's a fish, it's an eel.
That's a big conker, isn't it?
I thought I saw one in there.
Yeah. The tide has probably started coming in now. Those are all the scallops that we're going to keep. And these are all the ones that we're going to take back. Now these are legal size, but we simply just have more than what we need. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to walk them out a little bit of a distance and kind of reseed them. There is no real need for us to take any more than you need. It's something that I'm trying to promote and I'm trying to teach our kids as well, is that don't take more than what you need. Well, Mrs. Locker, well done.
There was so much to see.
Yeah. We need to get back to the van now and go and get James from school. Hannah and I have dropped James off at school and we have come down for a cook-up on the beach. We've got it all to ourselves this morning. This is a cracking little beach. Me and James actually did a camping video just there. About how many years ago? 4 years? 5 years ago? Yeah, James was only probably like 5 or 6, he was only a little kid. Come on in, show me where we're off. Oh, lovely bit of beach. And this is where we're going to be making camp. Brought him down here with some colouring books and pens. And he was colouring inside the tent while I did a bit of fishing and cooking.
There was like a party, wasn't there?
It's one of those areas where you get cut off by the tide unless you know that little path down. It's a stunning day. I'm going to go back and we're going to do a cook-up now. We have the scallops that Hannah and I foraged yesterday. And I just have some little offcuts of pieces of wood from the Fish Locker Workshop projects and a little bit of charcoal. And all I'm doing is I'm just flattening out like a little bit of a platform in the sand. I'm going to build a fire. I'm going to start it going so it burns down to a bed of coals. I'm going to shuck the scallops and cook them on there. I'm going to start the fire going and we're going to go for a little bit of a walk and come back when it's ready. There's different types of fires, there's different ways that you can build them. Now building up like a Jenga is the best way to build a bed of coals I've found. We'll let that burn down now. Hannah and I are going to go for a little bit of a walk and I'll show you shucking through some of these scallops. That was half a fishing rod there. There we are. Give that a couple more minutes and spread it out. Let's get these scallops shucked. There is, on this scallop, there is a round side and a flat side. You try and slide the knife in up along the top of the flat side, separate the muscle from the top, and the lid just comes straight off. That is the main disc muscle. There is the stomach. This is the frill, and that bright orange underneath there is the roe. Just like that. All that we're doing now, after I've shucked and cleaned all the scallops, is Hannah's putting a little dab of butter into them. We're going to put some garlic and a little bit of chilli. Now the beauty of these is they are in their own little frying pan. They're in their own little cooking dish. I'm now going to flatten out the bed of coals. I'm going to start cooking the scallops. There we are. We'll just start arranging these. I don't know if we'll get them all done in one sitting. Another great thing about these is they let you know when they're ready to be turned over because they detach themselves from the shell. Look. So that scallop's ready to be flipped. See the difference in the temperature being that one there is barely sizzling, so I'm going to have to move them around a little bit. Can I have a little splash of bread, please? You need to be really careful with the shells because, as you can see, they are that hot. Okay, you have, those are yours. That's a chilli, that's a chilli, that's a chilli. That's another one, yours ready?
Is there another stick?
Did I not give you one?
No.
There you go.
Okay.
hot. When I left that shell on the side of there and it's kind of stuck to the bottom of it.
Oh no! Oh no!
Wait.
Get like a crust on them.
Yeah,
That
like
looks good.
This is what I'm talking about. Delicious but flipping hot. One of my favourite parts, without question, is the juice. It's like the scallop juice, the butter, the garlic, the chilli and everything. And just dabbing it up with a little bit of bread like that. Would you like mopping up privileges? I was just going to offer that.
I don't. You have some.
Got some left in this one. What one's still sizzling?
You're on dish duty.
Yeah, I'll do the washing up. Modern man, did the shopping, did the cooking, and do the washing up.
I helped shop for them.
To be fair, I did know when you'd found one because there was usually a squeal attached to it.
I know. Oh.
And that's it, all done. This is a little bit of a tradition of ours as well, is that we're going to go and try and skim these in the sea. I'll try and make them
We have
float.
to walk about 3 miles out. The
Yeah,
tide's
well, the tide's gone out a good way since we got here.
The cab.
One of them worked.
Oh, this is good.
I think that was cheating. Get someone walking along this beach tomorrow, they'll be thinking, oh, there's loads of scallops around here. Oh, that one does. That one works. I hope you enjoyed joining us. I hope you found it interesting. All the very best. See you later.
Bye bye.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the Fish Locker YouTube channel, where we have hundreds of videos from our adventures just like this one. We upload new videos every Sunday evening, so don't forget to click subscribe and we'll see you on the next one. Let's go.